All right, folks, welcome back to another installment here of Learning Cards. we are, well, we're kind of on the clock as it is. So we got basically 2.5 days. We got to make this last bit of progress here to the Elite Crate because of, well, it's pretty much the Elite card. Special Wild Card's not bad. The extra gold is fine. 2 Special Gold cards is all right. What we have already banked is the Special Wild Card. And all this other stuff. So we're really playing for that last elite and 100 more gold. I think that those are probably the big differences. If we had to, if it looks really bad on the last day, we'll go ahead and pop. We have a 3-day med kit, I think. But I'm trying to hold off on that. With that, anyways, that's just where I am. This is going to be my 3rd attempt to make this video. We'll see if this one actually goes up. It wasn't bad play or anything. It was just other things going around that kept this from going up. So the test here is going to be this USA ramp deck. Again, if you're this is the first time you've seen any of these, this is just I'm playing with the cards I have. I'm playing it free to play. I just started playing a few weeks ago, and I'm trying to adapt what I know from other games like Arena and Gwent to this. I like the history. I know it sounds cliche, but I actually really like the artwork, and the history stuff on the cards is actually really cool. So it seems like something that's up my alley. It's going to be the ramp deck. To show you what we're trying to get to or what we can get to, we have a Lancaster. I think we actually might have 2. So, yeah, I mean, if you know better, and you can tell me that if I should play the other one, that's, yeah, I'm happy to hear that. We're also putting in the Flying Fortress. It's honestly, I don't like it as much because I just like the quick damage, right? 7 in Blitz versus 5 in Destroy a random unit. But anyways, they're there. We'll see how it goes. Carpet Bombing and Strategic Bombing are both to, try to wipe the board at least of lower power units. The Liberator is there. Maybe this should come out in exchange, but actually I kind of like the 7 damage here at 2 less credits than the Flying Fortress. But anyways, it doesn't, right, those are the bigger things. We have some, well, we'll go over the ramp cards next. I don't have that many, so that's a challenge for a ramp deck, right? So I think we actually might have 4 War Machines. Let's see, in the 2 slot, what do we, No, we only have 3. So that's why we're only playing 3 War Machines, but there it is. Then at the 3 slot, and it's really better with, I think, 5 or more credits, right? Because if you have 2 or more unspent, right, if you want the maximum value off of it, that's what you should be looking to do, so you can draw a card off of that. And then at 5, we have only 2 copies of War Bonds. So we have, what is that, 6 ramp cards? It's not a lot. We have a couple of early, well, Duress is there just for the suppression, again, for free, and having 2 of them, why not? This is to cycle and buff something +1/+1 if it's a bit on the small side. This was the absolute last inclusion. I'm kind of on the fence about this. When I first started playing, it was a great card at the lowest of tiers, which I'm only slightly above now. But a 3/4, if it does get in the front line for 2 that operates for 1, doesn't seem terrible. A few good men. I'm putting it here as a kind of Swiss Army knife for a bunch of elites that I don't actually have. Albacore here is to be a speed bump on the road to ramping. Same is true of first responders. I think I only have 2 copies. I feel like if I had a 3rd copy and I have a 12th ally slot, I probably would have, I think I definitely would have thrown in a 3rd first responders. But yeah, I only have 2. So we have 2, so we're playing 2. The Hellcat, this is also one of the last inclusions, but, if there are just big tanks, I'm worried about being able to remove. It also does blitz damage on the back end, so why not? The Calliope here, I like the 4 toughness. It seems like there's a lot that can remove stuff with 3 or less, so that's here. It also seems to pair well if you move a Greyhound in the front line. And if this comes down a little bit later, it pairs well with the Calliope, and so that's the reason for that, but it's something to kind of fill out the 1, 2, and 3 slots, just so we're not completely naked against more aggressive decks. Convoy, we got 2 copies of Convoy, so there it is. This, I don't know about 3 copies of this Sherman. Maybe we should switch it out for more card draw or something else. But if we can get something in that midline, we can draw cards. We like drawing cards. I think I actually do have another copy. I'm not going to look at it, but I think I actually do have a third copy of Bloody 11th. I think I've got them all in like the last week or so. And I really like the card. It's just, you know, if you can find smaller things to beat up on, this can just grow out of proportions and it demands an answer. So, you know, it's there at the 4 slot. 70th Brigade, it's trying to draw attention to itself, right? It's trying to get attacked. I don't have naval power or anything in here, excuse me, to buff it. But if it doesn't, then, you know, it gets HQ defense and draws us a card. So I'm not complaining about that. The additional toughness for all those early blockers and drawing a card, again, I have no complaints about. Fury and Guard. And this kind of pairs well with the Bloody 11th theme. There might be a deck coming up here on Survival. We get to add free garrison supports to the garrisons to the support line. So those are the elements of the deck, right? It's some big things at the bottom end, some early blockers, a little bit of draw and ramp to try to get to the top. So now we just kind of got to practice it and see how it actually goes on ladder. I was actually just trying out, wasn't the Soviet deck I did in the previous video, but it's similar to it, but it's focused more on Soviet tanks. That was actually pretty fun one. I debated putting that one on this stream, but I am not. And so if the game actually lets me play, I will. If it doesn't, then I don't know how I got here. All right, finally got that working. I guess we just had to exit out. That was the first time I've seen that bug, but couldn't play anything. So once we get an enemy, we'll go ahead and bring him back in. All right, looks like they found us someone with card backs that are not generic. What are you doing down here in the pits? All right. We don't need this now. We don't need that now. My goodness, if you could give if you could give me 5 cards not to draw, that would probably be it. So we probably just play out a Greyhound and just let it sit there. This looks like a turn 4 play, maybe a 5. Here comes Veteran, yeah, good for it. My guess is there's some sort of buff. I think it becomes in and gain 2 additional credits, so they get a refund. That's nice for them. So we have a choice. We can either move this up to the front and block that veteran, which is what we'll do. Alternatively, I could probably duress them to deny them the 2 credits. I feel like because we only have 2 of these, we want to save these for bigger threats that might get blown up, rather than just worrying about. Yeah, see, that's kind of what I figured was coming. So, they got us good, man. I think we'll just continue to hold that up. And then if they want to do the same thing again next turn, they can. It's fine. Honestly, we're still in our stall phase. For some reason, the way they're dressed, I just assumed they would be Alpine. Yikes. Friendly tanks +2 attack. That thing is beefy. Well, do we do it now? Or do we do it later? Like, this feels like something we probably want to bring down a little bit. But you know what? We're going to do this, and we're going to let it sit here. And we'll wait and see what kind of tanks come out. Oh, yeah, it's good. +2 attack. Huh. Huh. Yeah, I hate playing this out this early. Especially when we have... Well, we could play this first. I guess. Okay. So we got that. Oh, dressing that down feels so bad. But we'll see. Yeah. Could not prevent it forever. Huh. Well, we can either make sure that this thing doesn't run... Oh, give it shock. Well, do we care about shock? Maybe. Let me think. Yeah. Alright, so then this would go down to 2, but then it would probably come up to 4, I think. Okay. I guess that would be more credit efficient. But I want to keep some options open here for the next turn. My guess is that they got to deal with the bloody 11th now, but we'll see if they buff. Yep. For whatever reason, I didn't see that coming. I don't know why. So they go into the face there. All right. So let's see. They would all trade with each other. Yeah, we don't have a way to buff it. Well, that's rough. If we go for the card of the unit. If they have a blitz unit, we're probably dead anyways. Okay. I certainly want to hang out up there. I'm not loving these cards, man. I know the extra credit slots. Alright, I don't feel like doing that. We'll see what else our deck has to offer us. Okay. Alright, that's good to know. Of course, if they can just kill this straight up, then they can rush through and, well, since they use the Stoog to kill that. Huh. I feel like my hand is a bit full here. So I guess we empty it out by gaining extra credit slots. I guess. I really don't want any more cards in my hand. But we don't have a choice, right? What a problem to have. Oh. I didn't know anybody played that card. I actually got one of those in what was it? It was just some random card that showed up. I really don't know where I got it from, but I got it from something. It must have been from a random pack, and I was like, oh. I guess it's good in those situations where you're down very low and you got the HQ advantage, or you got the other side down really low. It seemed a little lackluster for somebody who seems like they've probably played the game before to rely on that. But what do I know? I'm new. Yeah, we'll stay with that. Huh. Something kind of different than last time. I don't know if it's smarter to play the Greyhound out while you have it. Well, we'll play this out as well. Oh, so they're doing the ramp now. Maybe that's the way to play? I don't know. What are our choices here? First responders doesn't look too good, but if we move up, there's nothing else to do. Play that out, but it's kind of whatever. Damaging the HQ doesn't feel great. None of it feels great, but we'll do that. The Calliope, definitely with the Greyhound in the front, seems a little bit better if we had a good target for it. But I feel like just putting 2 damage into the HQ for not much else. Oh, whoops. I got to get used to doing that. I'm still used to Magic, where you've pretty much played out everything you can play and you're not on full control. It just automatically passes. Target enemy unit to 1. Okay. So we can do a little bit of ramp. And what else? I feel like an albacore, or we can play the Bloody 11th out now and get it moving. But I think I'm going to do this. It's already done its thing, but whatever. I feel like now this for sure probably has to run. Yes, we're playing Commandos and we're still at 16. Like, isn't this supposed to be like, you know, topper levels? So my guess is there's some sort of countermeasure coming here. Yeah, the albacore feels really bad. I just don't know. I don't know what it is. How much does this cost? It only costs 1. So they had quite a bit left. And I don't actually know all the British countermeasures. So I guess this would be a fun way to learn about them. Fun, right? Yeah. All right, we'll play that out. Okay. Nothing happened there. That's fine. Now, if we play this, we have nothing else to do this turn. I'm okay with that. Counter it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I sense that I shouldn't do anything more because I was gonna say I think carpet bombing is coming. Man, it's almost like we knew it. This would first responders. I could do both first responders and Bloody 11th. So I think we'll do that. And I think it's more important that the Calliope's almost dead anyways. So most things look like it'll kill it. Yeah. To a random enemy, huh? Yes, yes. So we could have that blitz up. Right, 3, 4, not trade into that. Fine. Could also have the albacore come in and do its thing, because if there is a countermeasure waiting, I don't really care if that doesn't hit. Right, that's fine. And I'm real bad at the maths here, so we're gonna move up with those. And we have 4 left. Do we even play it out? Or do we just play this? Well, how to make a mistake, right? I should have put it on the other side of the 5th Brigade, but it happens when you're new. Okay. Man, sometimes you just got all the luck. It's alright. Fury and Guard. Okay. That is a thing. Maybe it's time to just do this before we don't have a chance to do it. I don't really care about the albacore. And smokescreen, good for you. Now do we just want to duress that to... I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. That's the sound of a smoke detector. Well, I hope that comes back. I don't know about you guys. Ooh. Okay, so we got 11, so that can kind of do a thing. But I think it's... My goodness, smokescreen is fun. Okay, so we're gonna try not to repeat the last error. Move that there. That there. I don't know, I feel like this little pew pew stuff is just gonna get us before anything else. I know it's really credit inefficient. I am aware. But we got to try to bring some stuff up with toughness and just hope that they kind of brick. No. I like Bloody 11th. Wait, have I said that already? Yeah, we got to start this thing marching up. What is this? This is the... Oh, they suppressed it. Well, if all they're going to do is sit back and shoot anyways, we might as well just start drawing that down. We'll play this out. And we'll just start going for it here. Try to shorten the clock before we're dead. Well, if they had a guard, that would be a... Yeah, wow. I wonder if that person just net decked like commando you, and because you're playing it like in these pit levels, and you lost to my jank ramp deck. But whatever. All right, what are we doing this time? Ooh, somebody with a fancy card back. Um, do I pitch the second one? Probably, but I'm too new to know the difference. Draw a covert unit or reveal it. Huh. I could say I've never seen this deck archetype before. One thing I wonder about cards I haven't looked up. Well. Okay. Is what the win-loss ratio is for going first. I don't know what it is in Magic anymore, but felt like it used to be something that people felt was quite high, and I guess maybe it was. So if I use the Calliope on the HQ and it splashes to that, it says they cannot be affected. It doesn't even say targeted, it just says they can't be affected. So what are our choices here? I guess we can move up with this one. I don't know. Maybe I should have played the first the first of 3 Calliopes, but okay. Huh. So I don't know. I don't know. If I can't target him, I guess I'll just... I guess that's all I can do, right? And... I don't know if they would have a duress of their own, but I guess if they do, we'll try to give them 2 good targets rather than being able to do it all in one. Okay. Okay. Gotcha. So, do we Calliope this in Bloody 11th? Or do we put down 2 Calliopes? I don't know, that feels greedy even for me. No, I want the 11th down, and I'll just take the sure thing here. And pass. Just feels like it takes... I think if Calliope hits this, it actually gets stronger because it still counts as being attacked by, so they probably have to pair it with something else, or they just have some other big removal. Or maybe they just wanted the thrill of... Oh, okay. They must be brewing something pretty wicked, and it just hasn't quite come together. All right. I bring you back only to show you what the reward was. This was the last card that attacked us. It became the card we got. I don't know why I thought that was funny or included it in video, but I did. Let's get back to the battle in here. All right, what do we got? Wait a minute. This seems very, very familiar to me. No. Let's just... Well, just how we drew it up. not at all, but we at least have a first turn play. And if nothing comes around in the next draw, I guess we just move... Oh, a man of culture, I see. All right. Yeah, I'm sorry, friend. I too wish that had been a more interesting turn, but yeah, it's a good card. Not for me, of course, but what? Why would that happen? Excuse me. It's a thing to do, right? And I guess that's what we're looking for. Oh, that's too bad. Well, now it looks like it has to be Bloody 11th, unless we draw something better than that. It's interesting stuff. I don't have any of these. I have the Greyhound, obviously, but some of the other cards that, yeah, this person has drawn, I do not have. So I don't know if they're from older sets or if I've just blanked on. I guess we can't. Okay, so it's a common card. And yeah, I mean, it seemed common. This one I've seen around, but I don't recall. Give another friendly. Yeah, it's a good card. Seems good. For a frontline unit, which is what I assume this is. Yeah, or frontline. Oh, they found a way around. Okay. What are the choices here? Between pretty bad. So that would only be on the support line. That doesn't help us. All right. And then if we... Yeah, we got to kind of spend all our credits to kill this thing. That feels bad. We could try to build up the back line, I suppose. I think this is just inviting the kind of inevitable. Even if I had done that first, it wasn't going to change the outcome because it's not like it reduces the attack, and the attack was the kind of perfect amount there. I don't know that Friend is going to let us hold the front line. I have one of these. I haven't used them yet, but I'm not sure if they're worth it or not. Yeah, that just seems bad. Okay, we wouldn't do much damage to that. My guess is that's what he would probably pick on. That's what I would pick on. So yeah, if we attack into that, it doesn't do much at all. But I kind of feel like we need to start putting, I don't know, for 2, maybe we just pin it? Or do we go for the ramp now? Because next, oh, that's right, next turn we can do that. Maybe we pin it for a turn. Oh, ground unit. Can you tell I'm learning? All right, we'll ramp. Doesn't really seem like it does us anything next turn. If that's the direction we go. Well, now strategic bombing looks a whole lot less interesting. But I kind of figured that they might do that. They probably want something bigger. Probably the Calliope. Even though it doesn't kill it. I don't know. Give it +1/+1 before damage if it's attacked. Okay. So we have... It says it when it's attacked. We could pin this and try to get them to develop that back line and make the strategic bombing a little more interesting, maybe. We're gonna go for it. And then for my next trick, we're gonna... Oh, that did go through. That'll probably never happen again, but you gotta enjoy it while it does. So we move that up, and we'll call that a turn. And the hope is that they play something here. And they leave it in the back line. Well... Oh, that's going to be rough. If those things, if he gets all those intel cards out on this turn, that's going to be rough. If he doesn't, might be rough in the other direction. My poor albacore. Ooh. So we're gonna do this one just because it's specific to the back line. And then I guess we attack. I don't see too much else to do. So we have 8 damage, but it takes 6 credits to do. That doesn't feel great. Okay. Play for cards or play for the face here? Survives combat. Does shooting artillery at something count as surviving combat? It feels like it shouldn't. I don't... Up. So we could... I know that was credit inefficient, but I just wanted to do it, right? It would have been more efficient to have that attack in for an extra point of damage, but whatever. First responders would have helped a little. Not sure what that is. Okay, must be something special here. Oh. Is it every... Oh, a random enemy unit retreats. All right. Gotcha. Well, you did do it. Oh, I should have played this first. Well, again, these things happen. Put that there. And I guess since we only have one other play, do we want to deal damage? At the start of your turn. Well, that's going to be annoying. Alright. So that does count as surviving combat, right? Because that triggered. So that makes whatever that other card I was wondering about before much more interesting to me. Okay, that looks like... Well, it's not GG because I don't... Oh, yeah, it is. Unless there's some sort of order here. We'll sit on our Calliopes and do that. Staff Sergeant. All right. Let's see what we get next. All right, we found someone. Oh, the British. It always feels like suffering. It feels like it's either going to be, man, I like... Do I have to worry about a British rush? Probably not. I don't know. Yeah, that's going to happen with this deck. There's just going to be those turns where there's just nothing to do. We don't even have ramp to do. But yeah, against British, it feels like you're either going to get air, or you're going to get commandos, or some other form of suffering. Who knows? I feel like all I want to do is play Bloody 11th and just see what happens. Like, in cards, that's pretty much all I'm looking to do. Calliope has no interesting targets. The other play there might have been the 70th Brigade. Maybe. I don't know. And it looks like it's commandos. I was starting to miss them. I was. It looks like we're getting a little bit of Commando and Air. How nice. All right. So this comes down for 3, moves up for 1. So we can't kill this, but we can give them a choice, I think, about what they want to kill. And moving this up leaves us with 4, allows us to Sherman. I just wonder how this card does against... Well, they're probably going to set its defense to 1. You know what? They got to do it. And they probably will. But everyone suffers against playing those decks. Yeah. Okay. I feel like the other play maybe would have been to put the 4 freedom on that card. Yeah. What does this do? It's going to buff that. Okay. Let me think here. I don't know. Or do we just blitz through it? I don't know. It's going to go up to 4. Yeah, there's no way around that. It is what it is. Yeah, unfortunately we don't have any suppress. Again, probably a reason to play this, right? Huh. But they could bomb it. Doesn't really make sense to build that up, I think. Calliope, maybe? But I feel like we want the cards at this point as well. All right, so we have ramp options. Or do we just want a Calliope now? I think I've answered my own question here. Oh, I was actually hoping to do more damage onto that. But all right, we'll take it if we can get it. But we could ramp twice next turn. Or we can play out the Liberator. Yeah, we'll just see what they do. Deal 1 damage to a unit, has 0 operation cost, destroy it. Well, it did not have 0 operation cost, unfortunately. Deal 1 damage to an enemy unit. Okay. We also don't have a Greyhound of our own, that we could pin theirs. Or we could just take that thing out, since they've invested quite a bit in it. Oh, but we've been pinned. What do we care more about? Probably pinning that thing. I think. Alright, this might be a lackluster turn. Wait, what? Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting it's got to be a ground unit. Alright, ground unit. And we'll do that. And now we got a choice. Either the Bloody 11th, which is probably just going to get bombed, or another one of those. What do we got? We got 2 credits left. Alright. Now it's definitely going to get blown up. Oh, we can duress that. What a nice way to end the turn. That was a decent top deck. We do have this with Blitz, but we can't... I don't think we've gained the credits yet. So, I don't know if they have to build up their board or not. No. They get close air support. Fun deck. Yeah. But hey, how else are you going to get to level 14, right? It's interesting that these kind of net decks, I was watching the World Championships, you don't actually see like top players playing. They seem to get played in the pits and on ladder, but like not a lot of other places. There's not really more to that story, but so 5 with heavy armor they can still bomb through. Do we just look for something to draw here? Do we give him Bloody 11th? Unfortunately, no, we don't give him Bloody. Maybe. Muck up the middle with this? Play this out? I don't know. So we can do that, and we can do that. And we'll try to keep their focus over there on bombing those things as they come out. I think we'd probably want the Lancaster, because we definitely want to take that thing out, right? That's the thing that's buffing, I think, the friendly units. As long as its defense doesn't go over 7, we should be okay. Otherwise, we got to kind of hope for a 1 in 3 or a 1 in X chance that this does it. Okay, so they got a nice 2-for-1. And that doesn't count as being attacked. That's true. Okay. Oh! So that would be our full turn, or we just do this. They're both decent options. But I feel like I got to go with the one that I'm more sure of, which is that one. I don't know. It may not have been correct. But a guard unit here doesn't stop them from bombing. And if this thing is sitting around with 4 toughness, it's going to die. So, it is what it is. But I'm guessing that they see that they can kill this thing. And yeah, for 2 credits, it's not a terrible decision. Okay. Huh. Some sort of countermeasure? Doesn't it kind of feel that way? Do I want to play the Greyhound out first? See if I... Well... They did kill it. That was kind of messed up. Doesn't have Blitz anyways, but then I can't first responders. And see if this thing eats the first attack. 3... I think we just have to gamble that they didn't play something out. That's a little unfortunate. That is a little more than a little unfortunate. All right. It's fine. That there's a handful of cards. It's not what we have. Oh, I almost forgot. They found a way to combine the 2 most annoying decks, right? In cards, or I think for the British rates, British Air and Commandos. Okay. So this would be 1, 2 to move to the front line. Leaves me with 10. This would leave me with 6. So I can't play the Liberator and those other things. But I need cards. Okay. Those are cards. Oh. All right, well, I can play it and buff its defense and draw a card. And oh! Oh. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens here. They can still set everything's defense to 1 and then just ping kill it, if that's what they're doing. Or they can ping bomb it, I guess. Aww. I've never seen that before. I actually have, but... That is messed up. That is messed up, man. Okay. We gotta think about whether we want to do the liberate... Oh, that's not cool, man. So this can't really do anything, right? And this can take out... This can get some of the bombers close. Kill that... Yeah, they would each have 2 left. What do we have? What are we gonna get in here if we do this? Give your units +2/+2 and draw. Blitz, heavy armor. Probably the super fortress was right, but it's what I'm doing. All right, play that. Oh no, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to play out the P-51. Wait, what? Did I? Oh, I guess I ran out of time. These things happen. Ugh. So that's a fighter, right? So they, well, if we'll see how they buff it, right? But it felt like the super fortress was just going to be a ways away. Yeah. Unfortunate. Okay, I have 2 or more unspent credits. It's not a great card. It's not. And we're not gonna have enough to play both of those. I think we are just dead. I think. Oh, it's on destruction. I didn't read that part. I don't really care about the HQ, I guess. Try to keep our units alive. Huh. That's almost good for us. We could, if I thought we could reliably Calliope that, but sometime. I mean, it's funny to do only because the guy's playing air, right? Like, it's a little funny to me. But then Calliope is kind of a dead. It's kind of dead, right? But I'm kind of dead if I don't do something about everything else. I guess I could also play out the Liberator. Yeah. I mean, if they can kill it, they can kill it. Good for them. I don't know how many big threats they have. I think that's our last big threat. Oh, of course, of course. Of course, why wouldn't you have that? Yes. Yes. 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh. They all have 3 toughness. Well, if there was a card I did not want played, it was that one. So we gotta. What can we do with 10 credits? We gotta hold Calliope back. I think that's it. Or do I just start bombing their bombers? Because that's what they're gonna do to me, right? They're gonna have 6 damage there. So we would be dead next. I think we're probably dead in any event. I'm trying to think of a way that's not true. I don't see it. I guess that's the only good news. I mean, here, yeah, we're missing a card, but I think all 3 of them have to come for the Liberator. Otherwise, and they probably have some buff like British Air or something that's gonna buff the attack. But the Greyhound's options look like it has to go through those 2. It's a good card. Okay. That's right. Guard does not work against bombers. They have something for this? Wow, dude. Oh, they have that. Okay. Okay. Or I guess I could just take out the Greyhound, right? Yeah, I don't know why I didn't do that. Yeah, if I take out the Greyhound, they're all much worse. Or if I suppress the Greyhound. Or... I'm wondering how close I am to decking myself. The answer is pretty close. So they could do 4 to me unless they buff. Oh. Or do I just take that out? Well, I don't need to take the Greyhound out anymore. I think we just have to go for them. All right, hopefully our 2 draws are something decent, but we've filled up the back line here. So we could also get... Yeah, oh, not that one, the other one, but the one where they bomb everything on the back line. So now they... Yeah, unfortunately now they can take this. And I should have seen that coming, but I didn't. Well, I did, but... 3, 4, 5. Yep, that's 5 damage. Although we do have the heavy armor 1. That's it. So they got something else for the back line. What did this say? Equal to the number. Of course you got that off the top. Of course you did. It's not already the most annoying deck. It's also got to have that. Yeah. Calliope doesn't do it. Double Calliope doesn't do it. Not that we could, because we filled up the back line, but yeah. Oh, my bad. Yeah, there's too much toughness left. Yeah, we were close to getting decked and losing in that way that Cards has set up for us. She's more generous than Magic, which is just you lose. Don't think there's any buff in my deck. Nope. That's gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, there's nothing here that's gonna do that, but we got to keep trying because we ain't got the time to fight with all their units. And 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's 10 as is. If they have buffs, they held a card back last turn, so I guess if we knew it could get like this, we. I don't know that I would have held any of the earlier wipes, because without the those wipes, we wouldn't be here. We would have lost earlier, I think. Nice. I don't think we survive till next turn. It does not look like it. I'm not even sure if we want to. Yeah. Seven and 6 is 13. 13 and 6 is 19. And that's all bomber stuff. All right, good. Our deck is not unbeatable. I was worried about that. All right, they've located us another enemy. Oh, good. Somebody else that's been playing the game for a while. La 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 la. I neither love nor hate any of this. Nah, I feel like I don't want it this early. Yeah, against Japan we might need some. Yeah. It's unfortunate that's like one of the. Okay, well this is. Has +2 while it has shock. Right. So I guess we try to albacore that thing next turn. Oh. Yeah, that's also an idea. But not this turn. Or well, we can't do away with that yet. Oops. No. Maybe we'll just go for the credit slot. Maybe I'll just keep changing my mind. That doesn't sound like me at all. Granted, first responders isn't bad, but we'll see if they build up their board first. My guess... Okay. Wow, I've never seen that card. Well, we could Calliope this thing out. Or we could just first responders and hope for the best. It's gonna hurt. Like bad, but it's just a ton of damage. Sometimes you just have all the cards. And so I don't have this one, but I do know what it does, and I don't have that one. And this one always feels bad for me. We could try to Calliope here in the front. Sacrifice the Greyhound, because, right, who cares? Do we Greyhound that thing, or do we try to keep the Greyhound alive? I'm going to try to keep it alive, see what happens. We don't have suppress for... Well, I don't see a suppress here for this. Okay. Yeah, I need to try to Calliope that back line right on that truck. That was... Well, I'm going to try to Calliope both those trucks. Smoke screen. Yeah, that doesn't even get rid of the smoke screen, though. Yeah, we don't have much HQ healing. So if they have backline units that just blow themselves up and blow us up, then it is what it is. Okay, yeah, they get the truck. And now they can play the truck and have it die. And... Huh. So we want to do this. Do we move this up just to take the front line? Huh. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the right move is there, but we'll do something so that we don't keep our opponent waiting, but... Do they also have the card that allows them to avoid... Deal 2 damage to all enemies. Nice. Yeah, we just did not draw any suppressor. And do we have any card draw? It's just an extra one. It says another. I don't know. If I target this, what might it hit? Oh, it hit that. That's too bad. Could hope they brick. Thought I had to. I guess not. Well, that was a fun game of solitaire. Two-way solitaire. All right, I think I got one more in me, so we'll see what we draw up here. No. It's nice. It's nice. But yeah, it's a little bit better. But we don't have too much to do early on. Every time I've tried to play with this card, it's never worked out well for me. There's not really more to that story, but I've tried it, and I guess the idea is to buff it, and then it uses its fury and its one operation cost to do a lot of damage. So I can't say that I've seen the British-German Blitz, but I guess I'm about to. So we have 4... I mean, we could... Wow. He must have targeted that. Yeah. So, I guess that sticks on regardless of what I kill, right? I'm guessing that's true. We'll kill that. It feels like it's more likely to do damage to us than the Jaeger. Yeah. So we could suppress it to get it to stop. Or we could just eat the... Well, actually, we could do all those things, right? We could do that. We could do that. And we could do that. And still have one more. Yeah, that suppresses... I mean, that was not the best use of it. The best use of it would have been last game on that smokescreen HQ unit, but... All right. So they're going to give us absolutely nothing to play here. I could duress this so that it just shuts off its stupid ability. And I have like... Did I really have 9 credits before? No, I didn't. No. I'm 1 credit short of the Lancaster. I think I'm just going to play this and just let it be a terrible 4-4. Because I don't think we're going to regain the front line. With that hand and that board against us, I don't think this is ours. I've never seen this. Your German tanks have blitz. Your other tanks get +1/+1. Nice. I've never seen that. Draw 2 cards. That's probably a little late. I mean, we could save that up for a turn, I guess. Okay. I don't know that helps us tremendously, but I know it already has suppress, but it is what it is. Do that. And we'll see if we draw anything better here. Bloody 11th probably would have been cool a few turns ago when some of those cards were a little bit less potent. So this looks like some sort of British-German combined arms. Little do you know, I have the Bloody 11th, which, you know, it'll do something. It'll sit there. All right, we could play this and destroy something. They just don't have, like... I don't know. It just doesn't look like they have... Like, we want to take that Hummer out again. I'm trying to give a random friendly infantry +2 attack. Don't hate it if I could get something to stick. And then whenever... Okay. I guess we'll play that. Now what are our options? I guess this. We take that out completely. We could put that down to 2. We'll just take that out because it takes it out completely. If I could get rid of, I don't know, at least one or two of these, I'd feel better about playing the Flying Fortress. 12, 16. All right. And combined arms. Nice. It's an odd thing to say when you're about to win, but all right. So that is going to do it. We started off, I think, with 2 or 3 wins, and we ended with, pretty sure that was 3 losses. So, yeah. As I said at the outset, this is certainly not the optimal USA Britain ramp deck. We don't have the cards for that, but we get to see what it looks like down here in the pits. And I think the next episode will certainly look to bring you a different deck.